Best compliment I ever got was, "You're the first practitioner to actually hear me for as a person and not treat me like a number."
Man,
Yeah, that was
man,
awesome. That made me
spoiler,
cry.
dude, you're gonna shit.
That made me
I'm
cry.
not gonna lie, you're gonna hear that a bunch.
So,
Like the amount of people that are literally put through the ringer for zero results,
yeah,
and it's
results is a
welcome
lot,
to the
man.
profession, dude.
The idea that most people get wrong is they tell other people how to live their life. Worst year of my life, probably 2020 when I lost my dad,
Mm,
for sure. Best year of my life, I'd have to say this year. There's been a lot of trials and tribulations, but I hit one of my milestones. I became a husband. I'm about to graduate as a doctor when so many people told me I couldn't. Um, and I'm truly just trying to learn how to enjoy life and take it day by day.
all right, here we are. Welcome back again. Another episode fueled by spite. I am Dr. Taylor. Today, this is our guest, soon to be Dr. David Reyes.
That is correct, guys.
Soon to be. Why do I say soon to be?
Because here in 3 weeks, I will be a graduated doctor of chiropractic. So it's awesome.
Sweet. Okay, so give me your origin story.
Short story for you guys. I am a barber by trade. So that has a huge play into love and service, which are tattooed on my hands. But I used to weigh over 300 pounds. And I was a huge football player. Loved it. I
Literally?
wanted to, yeah. And I wanted to play college ball.
It's got jokes.
Those dreams got crushed by reality. And so I decided I needed to lose weight. I hired a trainer from my dad actually. We were living in Florida at the time, and he was going to school to be a RD. For those of you who don't know, an RD
The
is a
trainer or your dad was?
registered dietitian, the trainer.
Okay.
So after working with him for some time, he said, "Hey, I'm almost done with school, and can I run some free tests on you just as a test subject?" And I said, "Sure." So he came back about a week and a half later, and he said, "Listen, whether you use me or not, I think you really need to start changing your life around." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because of your parameters, if you don't change your lifestyle, you'll be one of the youngest people that I would know to have a cardiac event."
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and now, mind you, you're telling that to a 19-year-old kid who
Yeah.
is 300 pounds, 6 foot, BMI is like 36.5%. So
Ah.
yeah, yeah. So thankful for him. 2 years later, when I turned 21, I lost 113 pounds.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
113. Holy shit.
Yeah. So I changed my life around, and because of that, I found chiropractic through a gym buddy of mine.
Okay.
I had aches and pains, and I never knew what it was. He told me just go, and I said, "All right." I took a leap of faith. I got adjusted for the first time, and
How
it
old were you
changed
when
my
you got
life.
adjusted for the first time?
20 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It's been amazing. And he did a great job of explaining what chiropractic really is, what we can really do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went on a deep dive on YouTube. I found out a lot more of what we are besides just this evidence-based care and only do what research says. That's nonsense because results don't lie.
It's not what research says. You only do what insurance allows.
Yeah, man.
You only what insurance pays for. So in Florida, lost a shitload of weight.
Yep.
Got adjusted.
Yep.
What brought you from Florida to Texas?
In the
And
U.S.,
isn't there a Jersey thing or a New York thing?
New
in there?
York. It was New York Chiropractic College, but they changed it, and now it's
Okay.
Northeast Health Science University.
Okay.
Whatever.
I just meant like in your
Parker actually came into play because there's 18 schools in the U.S. and I looked at all of them and the ones on the West Coast. I said, "No way, it's too much money. I'm not
Yep.
going to do it." And so I started going on tours with my parents, and I said, "Hey, I want you to see where I'm going. If you feel comfortable, I feel comfortable. So let's do it."
Cool.
And so I was very gracious. They decided to come along with me. So Florida seemed cool, but wasn't really my vibe. South Carolina was one that I really, really loved.
Sherman?
Yeah, because the president at the time was Dr. Edwin Cordero from Puerto Rico. Fun
Okay.
fact, I'm Puerto Rican, so I thought it would be really cool to. But
Funner fact, the night we met, he asked if he could pray before dinner, and he had mentioned New York. And I was like, "Oh, are you Italian?" No.
Nope, not at all. But
It's that olive complexion again.
I'm telling you. So came to Texas. First time I actually went with my sister. Hated it. I thought Parker looked like a crap town, to say the least. And then I came back on accepted students weekend with my mom, and it was a whole different ball game, whole different experience. We got to talk with the president, the vice president, And right then and there, I just knew it was a place for me. So I said,
It's a great
I don't.
school. It's got that Taco Bell with the bars on the windows. Spearmint Rhino right across the parking lot.
You know, when you're young and you don't know
When
really
you
know.
know, you know, right? You just know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm grateful to be.
We are for the uninitiated. Chiropractic school is well. It's actually I should ask. So mine was 10 trimesters. Is yours
Still
trimesters?
10 trimesters.
Okay,
Yep.
still
There's other
10.
schools that have, for instance, Life in Georgia has 14 quarters. So
Yeah,
they're on an 11-week basis where we're on a 15-week basis 3 times a year.
yeah. And so we are 3 weeks left in
Yep.
Tri 10,
Yep.
ready to fucking kill it. You
Yeah,
just got
that's
through
right.
your fourth board exam.
Yep.
Again, uninitiated chiropractors have to take 5 board exams.
Yep.
Part 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a physiology one.
Correct.
And you shit your pants about the fourth one because 1, it's the last.
Yep.
And 2, it's the only practical.
Yep.
Everything else is filling in hundreds of Scantron sheet bubbles. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, now I actually have to perform.
Yep.
Was talking to him the night before. Get this, the night before his last board exam, the biggest test he's ever taken in his life.
Yeah.
He's reading a book about business.
Yeah, man.
From my former coach, from Dr. Tori Robeson of Winter's Edge. What do you do? You have part 4 tomorrow.
Yeah. And what did I tell you? He asked me if I was really reading a book before this exam, and I responded, "Fuck yeah, I am," because I want to go out and win. So
Perfect. It's awesome. So biggest exam of his life. And again, I told you, like, 1, you've never done it, so you're sweating bullets. Like, it's the easiest one. And he gets done, and how was it?
Honestly, thank God for my school because we have capstone. I don't
Mhm.
know if you ever knew what that was, but essentially it's a mock exam of part 4.
Yep.
And we had to do that prior to getting into clinic and seeing patients.
Mhm.
So because of that, I took this exam, and after maybe station 2, I said to myself, I got this.
Yep.
I got this in the bag. I'm literally going to win this.
You hear it all the time, you know, the environment that you learn in is the environment that you perform best in.
Yeah.
And when you're going through like a practical exam
Yeah.
where you're moving around and doing so, like your body knows way more than whatever the hell you can recall and spit out your mouth.
Oh yeah, especially when they have these actors that are trying to make you like reenact or be like, "Oh my gosh,
Uh-huh.
man, I get that."
Okay, so chiropractic,
Yep.
you know, about 10% of the population uses it on a good day.
Yeah.
Even I've been in practice 10 years and I still get the real doctor stuff. So you went on a less worn path than most.
Yeah.
You had to have some detractors.
Yeah, a lot.
Tell me about them.
The biggest one is gonna be the one in between your 2 ears.
Fuck you, dude. That's
Dude,
great
y
shit.
you
God
know, I
damn it.
mean, it's the truth. There's a saying goes from the, founder of Parker, "If it's meant to be, it's up to me."
Yeah.
So you gotta believe that you can do it. The next one is honestly close family and friends. Some people, when you tell them your ideas, just because they don't have that perspective and they couldn't see something for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
they will inevitably tell you that you can't do it because they can't see it for you. But the one thing I had to learn was if I knew that this was what was meant for me, which later in turn it was, there's nothing gonna stop me. The only one who's gonna stop me is.
Detractor, man, like you said, in your family. I still remember, I've said it in a couple other episodes.
Yeah.
I remember when I told my mom I'm going to go to chiropractic school,
Mhm.
and she, one of the words or one of the first things out of her mouth was like, "Is it just so people call you doctor?"
Yeah,
That's part of it. Yes,
part of it.
I want acknowledgement and notoriety before I enter the room, but I
Right.
also want to help people. And it turns out, if you're good at it, you can make a little bit of coin.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's interesting. Even the people closest to you, this has come up in past episodes. You know,
Yeah.
I've talked to people from all walks of life, all different professions.
Mhm.
And as soon as you decide something for yourself, like,
Mhm.
hey, here's what I'm going to do and nothing's going to stop me.
Yeah.
It's weird how many of your friends are like, they turn into detractors. They turn into your critics.
Yeah. It's true.
Why? Why do you think that is? Why do the people closest to you not want you to succeed from time to time?
I think this is a two-part answer. I'm gonna make it short. The first part is people only want to support you until you're doing better than them. And then once they see that, then something inside them says, I gotta knock you down so you're back on my level. Unfortunately, I think that's just the truth. The second part of it is, again, they have a limited perspective. And if you have a limited perspective, you have a limited belief in what you can do, dream, and achieve. So then that kind of outpours onto everybody else. for myself, from my experience, when I told my mom, she was really excited, but she was like, okay, like, try to catch me up to speed. So I did. And she said to herself, all right, screw it, do it. So I was really happy about that. It was actually my wife. I love her to death.
As you should.
But when we were in college, we're college sweethearts. The reason we broke up for a year was because I told her I wanted to be a chiropractor. And she actually didn't, she told me straight to my face, she did not see it for me. And I said, why? She said, because for the amount of years I've known you, you've only ever been a barber. So I don't see you doing this. Why go throw away your whole trade when you're making all this money and go do something else and not make any money for 4 years? And now within 3 weeks, I love you, wife, but I'm a doctor now.
Dude, that's awesome. Like, you were a barber, now you're a chiropractor. I was a drunk rugby player, now I'm a chiropractor. Like we had the day we met, I was like, man, he's got a lot of similarities. Like, moved literally, you were in Florida, now you're in Texas. You moved halfway across the country. I was in Minnesota, I moved down to Texas. Halfway across, well, I guess all the way. If you
Listen, Jersey to Texas is 23 hours, and I drove it straight.
Woo!
Yeah,
man. I mean, but no, there was that. There was the detract, because I remember you telling me your story about your mom.
Yeah,
and we both got black wives, so just the similarities are endless.
I'm telling you, man. And I don't think there's coincidences.
No, none of the
the reason I found this guy was there's a gym right next to him called Absolute Recomp. This is their home, so free promo.
Yeah, right.
They are literally one of the best gyms in Texas. I promise.
It's solid.
Yes, you will not go wrong. But I drove past his office every day for a year and a half straight. And one day I looked by and I said, you know what? Like, there was you can call it God. I did. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to listen to his voice and I'm going to go in. And I literally just went, hello. And now here we are.
Yeah.
And I think it was the greatest thing I ever did to like reach out, because he has been so willing and able to pour onto not only me, but wanting to pour out into the chiropractic profession and just random people. I mean, if you watch this podcast, there's people here who are not chiropractors. They're not healthcare practitioners at all. These are just people that have a story to tell and that he wants to connect with his community. And I think that's huge. So,
It's people that want to be a success.
yeah.
There was a part right before you knocked on the door and said hello. Actually, you slid into my DMs.
Yeah.
Because you saw that I tag myself at AR. Like,
yeah.
Oh shit, I drive by his place every day.
Yep.
We work out at the same place.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, I got to see what's up. And I honestly thought he was like, we call it a funny word, but like a quack. And I was like, oh man, this guy's probably like, oh, Joe Schmo, whatever. And then I came in here and I'm like, okay, no, he's not. He's a real deal. He adjusted me. I said, whoa.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me about a time that you had to find a way or make a way. Because it seems like there's a couple of those options that you've hit along the road.
Oh, more so recently. I got married 3 months ago.
Congrats.
It's been awesome. And me and my wife, we thought this Try-10 was going to be the easiest, smoothest transition of our lives. And it's been furthest from anything. Our marriage and relationship has been outstanding. But because of our financial situation, she's working her tail off. I'm barely able to do anything while being an intern because I'm working 40 hours for free.
For free. Yeah.
I pay for it, but
but they don't pay you.
Right. So that has been really, really hard because it's finally hit me to a point where I said, wow, I want to help my partner so much and I'm not able to. So I'm trying to make a way. For the last 10 weeks, because we're almost done, I have worked doubles on Tuesday. Those are my off days. As soon as I'm done Friday at the office, I go straight into my serving job. I work doubles on Saturdays, and Wednesdays and Thursday nights, I'll stay up till 9 p.m. cutting hair.
I was
Because
saying,
I'm trying to figure it out.
Still putting in fucking high top fades out there.
Yeah, man, because I'm trying to make a way, because I can't just let down and let the world eat me alive. You got to grip it by the balls. That's funny, but
anyone I know that's a success has failed a ton of times.
Yeah.
A ton of times.
Yeah.
And they figure it out. They find a way. They make a way.
Yeah.
So it's fucking awesome. Like, in all reality, like I said, I think I know where it's going. I thought you were going to say, yeah, I've been cutting hair through school, which totally have. But then just, pulling up, man, I strongly feel that everybody in the world should work at least 1 year as a server.
Yeah.
Like, and then
they'll teach you something.
You realize, one, how important tipping is, at least here in America, and two, your ranch dressing ain't that fucking important. Like, it just fucking isn't. Like, it ain't. No.
It ain't. But you know what? I guess the customer sometimes is always right. You
No,
know?
the customer's not always right. Customer's not right. I'm sorry. No, the patient's not always right. What do you got going on? That's sciatica.
No, you don't.
Very well. Give me a person you'd trade places with for a day.
Drake.
Fucking would. Guilty pleasure. Can't say Drake.
Craft beer.
Nice. Okay. You ever had any craft beer out of Wisconsin?
No.
Okay. Make your way up to Wisconsin. Do it quick because it's getting cold.
Okay.
And get yourself some New Glarus. There's something called Spotted Cow. You can literally only get it in Wisconsin.
Okay.
It's quality stuff. Worst advice you've ever
Play it safe.
like that. Best compliment you've ever got.
Best compliment I ever got was you're the first practitioner to actually hear me as a person and not treat me like a number.
Man.
Yeah. That was
Man,
awesome. That made me cry.
Dude, you're gonna shit.
That made
I'm
me
not
cry.
gonna lie, you're gonna hear that a bunch.
So
Like the amount of people that are literally put through the ringer for 0 results.
yeah.
And it's
Results
welcome to the profession, dude. What idea do you think most people get wrong? Don't say chiropractic because that's
the idea that most people get wrong is they tell other people how to live their life.
Ooh, best year of your life and worst year of your life.
Worst year of my life, probably 2020 when I lost my dad, for sure. Best year of my life, I'd have to say this year. There's been a lot of trials and tribulations, but I hit one of my milestones. I became a husband. I'm about to graduate as a doctor when so many people told me I couldn't. And I'm truly just trying to learn how to enjoy life and take it day by day.
Next one. What's one question that you wish I'd asked?
Why didn't I start sooner?
Why didn't you start sooner?
Probably there's a point where I started letting doubt creep in.
Uh-huh.
And then I had to realize that if it's gonna happen, it's gotta happen now. So,
Dude, fear's a motherfucker.
it is. It is.
Man, this is awesome.
Likewise.
This is sweet. I really appreciate it. Guys, as always, like, share, follow. If I've told you once, I've told you 100 times. You'll learn more here by accident than elsewhere by design on Fueled by Spite. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. So you really only have two choices. Either A, you're an idiot, or B, you're uninformed. And at least right now, you are no longer uninformed.